world is concerned, as each of you are concerned, regarding the difficulties that are facing the world. This is a time that has been much talked about, a period of turmoil for humanity. For humanity faces a great transition from one age to another. And this transition requires that people find a new way of relating to each other and to the world. The period of the merchant class ruling the world with commerce is coming to an end. And the period when strong leaders will attempt to take over in the midst of confusion and chaos is prominent. Out of this will emerge the Kshatriyan era, the era of the warrior class, not military, not soldiers, but administrators, orderly society, where human needs are put first and foremost, and the needs of the planet and living beings. The values of people will change from acquisition of personal wealth to honor and duty to the collective good. We are in a transition, and humanity must make this change, or the very planet they live on will not be here for them, because they cannot continue in the way that they have. And certain practices for which economic wealth are based, fossil fuels, must come to an end. In this period, with a growing sense of instability, leaders who want to create order through their own authoritarian regimes will attempt to take over. But they are not the solution, nor are the democratic regimes. The solution lies in an orderly human society based on universalism and compassionate love, not made and formed and ruled by power-hungry authoritarians, but by men and women who are of and for the people, brought to power by the consensus of the people, not by sheer force. In these times of transition, there will be difficulty. There has been rising difficulty. You have already experienced some of it, but there is more to come. I have said this year is a year to stop neutrality and to fight for positive change in this world. It does not mean to fight a war, but it means to fight for positive change in the world. War is a part of this transition. Never think you are alone. Never think you are helpless. That force that guides the stars guides you also. You are always cared for and looked after. So no matter what should occur, remember this always. Sometimes it is the most difficult situations which bring the best in people. This situation that is occurring at the moment with the expansion of Russia, the devastating attack of the West upon Russia, will not have a good end, but it will end shortly. There is no need for this to drag on. The world is united against oppression. This is not as it was centuries ago. The news is there in the situation. People see the people suffering, and the sentiments of people's hearts is stirred. The more aggressive Putin's regime becomes, the more hated they become. Do not hate the Russian people. They too will suffer the devastation that is being inflicted by the West, and the West also will suffer from it. This is not the end. There is more to come. All beings love their life. All beings want to be happy. When they come in conflict with one another about what that means, then tensions rise. War breaks out. There is a fight now between a one world flow and sentiment that will lead to a one world community and nationalism and national sentiment. The world is not as it was. Nothing can be hidden from people for long. The Russian people will know what is happening, and all the world sees. This is a time of upheaval and turmoil. The bigger challenges lay ahead. The world must turn, or it will be swept clean. Now is a time to fight for positive change in the world, to unite people, to bring humanitarian values, to bring a willingness to sacrifice financially in order to change the course of human history, to eliminate those things which are destroying the planet. The climate change looms in the background of these humanitarian problems, the problems of people who want to have a united country, thinking that others have escaped, but those others don't want to be united. So those problems are petty compared to the bigger problem that faces the world today, the extinction of life on this planet. There are those in leadership now attempting to avoid nuclear holocaust in a dangerous game that is being played. But they fail to address the deeper holocaust, which is the destruction of the planet by throwing the ecosystem off balance with the carbon emissions, the destruction of rainforest. It is on the news, late in the news, that the rainforests are being irrevocably destroyed. It is barely news. There is a war in the front, but the war is not the bigger threat. The bigger threat is that the planet will not be able to sustain life as it is. Humanity is on the brink, and these is a period of trial. Do not be discouraged. Do not fear for your children. It is not only a time of struggle, and there will be more. It is also a time when the light of spirit will grow in this world. And people unite in genuine love and connection with each other across cultures, across all boundaries, to work together to build a healthy and sustainable world. Be a part of that. Fight for that. Don't let it slip. All right?